So what is philosophy? While I have no particular objection to the definitions you're likely to find in a dictionary, I favor the oldest definition of philosophy, which is the etymological one. Philosophy is the love of wisdom. The word comes from two Greek words, phileos and sophia. Phileos is one of the Greek words for love, and sophia means wisdom. So from phileos and sophia, we get philosophia in Greek. And from Greek philosophia, we also get the Latin philosophia. And of course, the English word philosophy derives from that. Much the same word appears with different spellings in Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian as philosophia. And there's a whole other side to this etymological history. The Arabic language picked up directly from the Greek its word falsafa, much the same meaning, just a different pronunciation. And Persian picked up from Arabic falsafe, same meaning, different pronunciation. And I believe there are a number of other languages that have the word falsafa or some derivative from the Arabic, much like we get the English philosophy from the Latin, and all deriving from the Greek. For example, in Urdu, falsafa is the relevant word. Now, philosophy is the seeking of wisdom, not necessarily the having of wisdom. Here, two texts are particularly important, Plato's Apology and Plato's Symposium. In the Symposium, Socrates describes philosophy as the seeking of a wisdom one does not have. By definition, if you have wisdom, you are not a philosopher. Can you be a philosopher and have wisdom? Maybe by some definitions, but not by this definition. So, by this definition, understand that there are two ways to not be a philosopher. One way is the bad way. That is the way of contented ignorance, of being ignorant, of lacking wisdom, and of not having any problem with that. It is better to be a philosopher, someone who does not have wisdom but is seeking it, than it is to be happily ignorant. There are two ways of not being a philosopher and two ways of not having wisdom. The bad way of both is the way of contented lack of wisdom. It is better to be a philosopher. But better still is the better way of not being a philosopher, and that is the way of having wisdom. So I myself aspire to be a bad philosopher, but in the right way.